His body was taken back to his hometown of Bikfaya. Meanwhile, Lebanon's Prime Minister has called for assistance from the United Nations with the investigation of his murder. Al Jazeera's Rula Amin reports now from Bikfaya.
Pierre Jmeil's body brought home to Bikfaya for a final goodbye. Jmeil's family home here to offer condolences and show support. Women threw rice and flowers at the coffin, a sign of peace for a politician who was murdered at a critical, turbulent time for Lebanon. 34-year-old Jmeil had just left church when he was shot dead at close range. On Thursday, Pierre Jmeil's funeral will start from a church downtown Beirut. Then he will be brought back to his hometown to be buried alongside his uncle. For the rest of Lebanon, the looming question is what's next. The shock has ripped through this small town. Hundreds lined up to pay the respect to the family and show support, especially to his father, former President Sheikh Emile Jmeil. He has seen his brother assassinated. Now he's mourning his son.
And the son of the former Lebanese Prime Minister Rafiq Hariri, who was assassinated in 2005, has blamed Syria.
The only one who wants to kill the 14th of March, when he came on his speech on the 15th of August and said, President Bashar al-Assad, that we are agents of Israel and America, I think he's the agent of Israel and America, and he's running to America to make a deal.
And the former president and father of Pierre Jmeil, Amin Jmeil, has also spoken out about his son's assassination.
Mainly, it's not the first martyr in the family. He's the fifth. My brother Bashir in '82, my niece, my nephew, my cousin, and now my son Bashir, Pierre. So you can imagine my feeling. But in the meantime, we are determined to go all the way. We can't surrender, we can't abdicate. We have the faith, we have the determination, and we'll go all the way.
In other news, the Israeli cabinet has decided to continue its incursions in Gaza. That's despite killing more than 370 Palestinians since June. Meanwhile, 6 Palestinians have been injured in separate incidents, including 2 girls wounded outside a school in Bet Hanun. Israeli snipers positioned on rooftops fired near the school as Israeli troops and tanks moved into the towns of Bet Hanun and Jabliya. The number of people killed in Iraq has reached a new high. A report by the UN says more than 3,700 were killed last month. It's around 120 every day. 70% of them were killed in Baghdad. Floodwaters in the Horn of Africa are continuing to cause havoc, with more than 150 people dead and up to 2 million people affected. Aid workers are struggling to get food and supplies to tens of thousands of people trapped in areas cut off by the flooding. Hopes are fading for 15 miners who are trapped in a mine in Poland. Prayers have been said for the men, but high levels of gas have forced rescuers to abandon their attempts to get them out. They've been trapped in tunnels beneath the town of Rudaslaska near Warsaw following an explosion on Tuesday that killed 8 men. 3 people are dead after more clashes between rival political groups in the Bangladesh capital. The fighting took place as a nationwide strike continued for a 3rd day. The clashes were between supporters of former Prime Minister Khalida Zia and activists loyal to former military ruler Hossein Mohammed Ershad. Ershad's followers are demanding the resignation of election officials. And finally, voting in the Netherlands is coming to a close in the country's parliamentary elections, with opinion polls not pointing to a clear winner. The Christian Democrats are expected to emerge as the largest party, but the opposition Labour Party has been narrowing the gap, campaigning focused on welfare reforms and the outgoing government's tough stance on immigration. We're back with more news at the top of the hour, but coming up next, it's Riz Khan.